Alright, hey guys, welcome to another vlog, and I try to make this relatively quick. Whether or not that's actually going to work out, I don't know, but just got home from work about 20 minutes ago, 15-20 minutes ago, I don't know, something like that. And it was another pretty shitty day, kind of like yesterday, so I'm kind of, like yesterday I just didn't want to think about it, I didn't want to deal with it, and I didn't want to talk about it. Today I feel more like talking about it, because sometimes that's just what you need, is to, get it off your chest, and so that's what I'm going to do. Last couple of days have been very, very, very challenging at work. It mainly revolves around work, but of course, for me, I don't know why, but whenever I have issues at work, it seems to make all my other issues, like it seems to inflate them to the point where I'm like smothering underneath the stress of all the stuff that I'm going through. So anyway, work yesterday. Trying to help a guy out who he just wanted to check out in electronics. And then when he got done, he decided, well, I'll kill two birds with one stone, and I'll make a payment on a layaway, a jewelry layaway, because we don't do any other layaways year round other than that. Now later on I would find out that we're not even supposed to do those payments anywhere else other than in jewelry. Had I known that, I could have sent him that way, and it would have saved me a little bit of a stressful day, because I didn't know what I was doing on that. And I told him I didn't. And I asked a couple of the other people that worked back there with me, and they didn't know either. So I suggested that he go up to the front and do it at the front registers, because those are cashiers, and they're versed in everything that there is to do with the registers. Those of us out there in the outlying registers, like electronics and sporting goods and TLE, we're not necessarily trained on how to do certain things that we don't normally deal with back there. Now, I'm not going to say that I didn't get a little short because of the way he was confronting me. I'm not going to say that I couldn't have just called somebody, a manager or whatever, and asked him that. You know, that's on me for not doing things like that. But if I'm the guy that works there and you're the customer, and I say, dude, I don't know how to do this, perhaps you should try somewhere else, and I give you a suggestion, and you're suddenly so concerned that, I don't know, you have to walk to the front end and take a couple extra minutes out of your day to take care of something that you wanted to take care of, why take it out on me so much that you keep pushing me? And sure, the customer doesn't know how I am. Even a lot of the people that I work with and managers don't realize that I have the issues of anxiety and whatnot. But I don't do good with people who fluster me, who get confrontational and aggressive and try to tell me how to do my job. So this guy complained about me. They go to the service desk. Some people will file a formal complaint, like one of those letters to the president that goes off to home office or whatever. I don't know if he did that or not, but he complained about me up front and went to the extent of saying I should be fired over the way that I was. A way that I wouldn't have been had he not pushed me to that point. Like I said, I'm not putting all the blame on him. I acknowledge the fact that I could have done things differently, but he had already escalated it to a point where, because of my situation up here, all I do is I become super pissed, and I'm just spending the entire time trying not to say something that's going to get me in trouble, like going to get me fired in trouble. Complaints are one thing. Everybody complains about stuff. People will make complaints about people personally just because of a Walmart policy that person that worked there has nothing to do with. So that set me off, especially when he walked out of the department and he was even being nice, thanking me for taking care of it and all that. After I stumbled my way through it and made it work and made it happen for him, he thanks me, but then he walks out and he kind of gets so far out of the department, and then it was like something up here clicked, and he turns around, he's looking at me, he walks around by where our register, I had walked over with some people that worked there who were doing a project, and he kind of angles himself around and looks to see my name badge so he can see what my name is. Which my initial reactions every time people look or ask ask for my name is I show them my name and I say, hey, make sure you spell it right. Because God forbid that you misspell it or something and I get a complaint on me and you spelled my name wrong. So that burned it. That like just one incident like that will shit all over my day. But then I had another lady later on who treated me like I was just another ignorant dumbass who works at Walmart. You must work at Walmart. You must be stupid because you work at Walmart, where you wouldn't work here if you had any intelligence to you whatsoever. You don't know anything about your area or your stuff or what you're talking about. A lady comes in and says, I'm looking for that 2-pack movie that you're advertising up front that came out on the 10th. Okay, this was yesterday, so it was the 11th. I didn't realize what the date was at that time, but I thought that she probably was talking about something that came out that week, not something that came out the previous month, because that's what it ended up being, a movie that came out last month. We had a double pack of it in Blu-ray, but she apparently thought that meant we would also have a double pack in DVD, and she didn't even want that movie. She wanted the extra movie that it came with, The Italian Job, a movie that's been out for 10 years now, if not more. And I told her, ma'am, as far as I know, we don't have it. I don't have a way to look it up and see if I do for sure. I've got a little paper list that has a lot of the movies that we carry, but not all of them. I looked, it didn't say anything, but I am not going to be one of those people who's like, nope, we don't have it. Because she could have walked around the corner into the $5 bin and there could have been one sitting right on top. So I informed her that there was a possibility that it might be over in that $5 bin. Well, all she could do is just tell her daughter, whoever she was with, we'll go to the other store. They know what they're doing over there. And I'm like, Jesus, you don't have any idea. That particular store is full of more morons than my store's got in it. So that was another thing. And that was a situation where, a lot of times you just kind of have to be like, yeah, whatever. Whatever you think, sir or ma'am. And you just have to kind of let it go. But when they talk about my movies, that's the section that I know more than anybody else in that store knows about it. I know more about it. I know what I'm talking about. I'm not 100%. Things happen on days when I'm not there. There was stuff that happened when I wasn't there that pissed me off today. We'll get into that in a minute. But when you challenge me on something that I have passion about, and nobody can say with 100% assuredness anything about anything, even on the stuff that they love. And I'm not one of those people who will just bullshit you because that's what other people think that they want to hear. There are too many people nowadays who research and go above and beyond like that. We've all had people at Walmart who will be like, hey, do you have this and that? And you'll be like, no, we don't. Whether you go and check or you're pretty sure that you know, then if they find it, they come back to you and they rub it in your face. And I don't like that. That's, once again, confrontational douchebaggery on the part of customers that's going to cause me to say shit to them that's going to get me in bigger trouble than them just complaining that I was rude or didn't want to help them. And I can't have that. So, that lady just soured the rest of the day. So I come in there today hoping that it'd be a new day and we could start all over or whatever. No, immediately as soon as I come in, I've got one overnight person and one who's like a manager type person over me because I got in there about 10 minutes after the hour, which is not considered late in the eyes of Walmart, but it's considered late in the eyes of the people who are waiting for you to get there. And I have sympathy for those people, but they have other means with which to take care of that. When I come in and somebody from overnights who used to work in my department during the days say that the people on the overnights are real pissed off with you and they think you should have a spanking, and that's like literally what he said. This goofball, like juvenile adolescent bullcrap. You should have a spanking. I'm thinking, well, I'm just going to keep my mouth shut about all the things that I think about your moronic overnight people. Oops, I said moronic. I ended up saying to them, I actually told them, I was like, you know what, if they're so concerned about things and that extra time that they have until I get there, they could go zone the department, because they always leave the department looking like, death warmed over, like a tornado came through and took a dump literally right in the middle of my department. And I'm supposed to clean up their mess because the overnight people are stupid, one. And I even told him, I said, the overnight people are really, really stupid people. They just put all the morons on the overnight shift. I know not all overnight people are that way, but at this store and a lot of the stores and a lot of the jobs I've worked at, the overnight shifts have been filled with people who are just like social rejects. Maybe that's where I should be. Only I would concentrate on actually doing my job and have some passion for my job, as opposed to worrying that the person who's supposed to relieve me is 5 or 10 minutes late. And he was like, well, they have a really tough job. It's a lot tougher job than on days. And I'm like, bullshit it is. They don't have to deal with customers. They don't have to deal with all the stuff that I have to deal with. It's tough only because the overnight managers put all this pressure on them to do not only their department but neighboring departments, because they don't have enough people to cover everywhere. And that's not my fault, and that's not their fault. That's not, I don't know whose fault it is. But it's still the world that I live in when it comes to working at Walmart. There's not enough people anytime at any point in the day. But at night, they have stuff to do, and they shouldn't be pulling them away from it. But that doesn't make it a tough job. Tough job is working with other people, working with volatile personalities that are just customers who think that they own the whole entire fucking store and they can come in there and run all over us because we work there. They think because we got the name badge and the silly suit, the Walmart dress code clothing, that means I'm supposed to bend over backwards. I'm supposed to kiss your ass. I'm supposed to freaking wipe your ass. I don't know what people think about it, but it's not that way. I'm a human being first and foremost. Work is another thing all the way over here. It's not my fucking life. And Walmart and other companies and whoever else it is cannot treat you like they own you. I'm going to sit here and say stuff that's probably going to get me in trouble, but at this point right now, man, I have a right to vent, and I want to vent. I'm sick and tired of it. I come in today and I find out that somebody in my area tried to send a movie back that wasn't even out yet. You have a system. A movie gets released, you put it on the shelf after it's been out for a couple of weeks. If you've got extras, you can send it back. You don't try to send it back before it's been released. And the box even said on it was a movie that came out on the 15th. I know I'm in the wrong business. I'm in the wrong business because, honestly, I care more and take care of my section of electronics more than anybody else in any of their other sections, because I love it, because it interests me, and because of my anxieties, because of my issues with people, because I pretty much just dislike most people. It's very, very hard for me to accept people's mistakes like that, boneheaded, idiotic mistakes. But mistakes nonetheless. It's why I can never be a department manager or any level of management. I cannot take how stupid people are about things. I could not be over people. I would be telling them all the time that was incredibly stupid. And then I'd end up finding that one person who was both stupid and volatile and hostile, who would probably get back up in my face about it. And then we'd be off to the races, and it would just suck. So, there's my 2 cents on managerial positions. Not in my future, because I cannot take it. I find it hard. I because of how many years I've worked at Walmart, a lot of times managers will, like certain managers, will try to look to me to be a mentor and a leader to the newer people who are there. But I don't trust any of those people to do the things that I know I can do right. I don't trust any of them to do it right. So I can't give them those jobs and responsibilities. I cannot delegate authority whatsoever. I would end up doing it all myself. And all the fun things in my department that I actually enjoy doing would be taken away from me, because I'd have to be taking care of the entire department and all the important things and numbers and sales and features and all this kind of crap. I couldn't do it. I can't remember what else there was today. There was a few other things, and I was so frustrated. I felt like people were getting on to me from all directions. And then it started to make me think about all the stuff away from work. Like I said before, whenever I'm stressed out at work, I start to think about all the other things in life I'm stressed about: the money issues, the relationship type issues. I'm so bogged down and clouded over with thoughts about that person from the past now that I can't move forward with anything else in my life at this moment. And it's just horrible. I want out. You know what I mean? Like, I'm ready to check out. I'm ready to just, I don't know. It's like, I have to have a job, and I have to have a place to live, and I have to have these responsibilities, but sometimes I just wish I was gone and nobody knew where I was, and I could just live without having all the stupid responsibilities of life. And it's not something that'll ever happen, but goddamn, that's like where I'm at right now. That's my frame of mind. I've just lost all grip on the things that could make me happy. It just seems like it's all slipping away, and it sucks. It just really sucks. And I'm sick of having to come on here and whine to the camera. Like, I wanted to not be that way. I wanted to not get bogged down into all this stuff again. And like, when I started doing this channel, I couldn't hardly vlog because I didn't want to talk about all this stuff and be whiny on the internet. And now it seems like vlogs are almost all that I do. I have all these other ideas and all these other things I want to do. Finish my PS2 collection videos, continue on with the favorite shows, the X-Files thing, all that stuff that I wanted to do, and it's so bogged down now because of the other stuff. And I just can't get over stuff. Just, it sucks. Anyway, sorry to rant and vent and all that crap, and maybe I'll get something better in terms of videos done in the next few days. Maybe I can find some motivation. So, thanks for watching.